Hello neighbors! We are in the Mount Hood National Forest at the moment, and there's just color everywhere. Cute little pop right up there. Bam, pow, pop right in your face. I was actually heading to another camping spot and I missed the turn, and by the time I realized I missed the turn, it felt silly to turn around. And then I found this, which is the, I never remember to look it up before I turned the dang old camera on. Hold on! Tamanawas Trailhead. It's a good place to park. I did see this beautiful bridge, so I just went ahead and walked and saw just the bridge part. I might do some of the hike tomorrow. I really hadn't planned on it because I have decided that I want to wait to do any other like strenuous hikes until I have hiking poles and bear spray. Thank you guys very much for reminding me how important that is and how unsafe I have been and how I could do permanent damage to my knees if I don't take care of them, and how, you know, the fat marbling on my body might make me extra tasty for a bear. Nobody actually said that, but it's probably true. I bet I am extra tasty, a sweet little morsel. So I'm going to order some and have them come to, I think I'm going to be going through Redmond and or Bend, you know, an Amazon order, and have them send it to me there so that by the time I make it to the Trillium Lake National Park, which is where we're ultimately heading next anyways, I will be prepared to do some more properly safe hikes, as safe as you can be anyway. But for tonight, I don't see any signs that say I ain't allowed to park overnight here. I do know that trailheads are kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you get the knock and sometimes you don't, but I have found that you spend way more time worrying about that knock than you do actually getting the knock, you know? And I've spent so many hours, like just wasting hours and hours and hours trying to find spots that I could go to where like I knew I wouldn't get the knock. But like that was such a waste of time because usually you're just not gonna get the knock, you know? And if you do, it's just usually gonna be like a just move on, lady. So I'm just gonna give it a try and hope that we don't get the knock. And if we do, we'll just move on as we're told, because we are rule followers 99% of the time. I absolutely love how it is just like such a common human experience to love beautiful nature. Because we wouldn't have any of these parks if it wasn't for that. If it wasn't for like a common human experience to get like overjoyed just seeing something naturally beautiful. And so it's one of my favorite things about humans. And I am so grateful for it and so grateful for the national parks and all of that, because we wouldn't have it if we didn't have that common human experience. So, you know, yay for humans. I am going to do just the very tiniest bit of this trail. As I said yesterday, you guys have very much put a little bit of fear in me. Healthy fear, I think. I'm gonna order those poles and stuff. They should come in a couple of days, I figure. I gotta get to a Wi-Fi spot. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, it was the color really that drew me. I hadn't intended to do any hiking at all today, but the color drew me. We are gonna just ignore this wonderful thing happening on the side of my nose. I got a little too aggressive trying to get rid of the bump that had inhabited that side of my nose for the past couple of years. Finally just got on my nerves so much, I tried to take it off. Not only did I not get it off, I caused trauma, so you know, that's good times. But the point is, we aren't gonna talk about it. It doesn't exist. You don't see it, I don't see it, we don't see it. But we see the fall colors coming into our world, and we say thank you. So somebody told me, first of all, I crack up reading y'all's comments, or cry. Sometimes I cry. Y'all just make the most amazing comments and I love reading them. It's one of my very favorite things to do. So what do you guys said? How do you tell the difference between black bear poop and grizzly bear poop? The grizzly bear poop has bells in it. Because like apparently, you know, if you put bells on your backpack, it might actually scare the black bears away because they're not very confrontational. You know what I mean. But grizzlies, they're like me when I was a teenager, and they will confront you about every little damn thing. And bears just mean, dinner bell. So I really don't know if I'll ever be able to go hiking in grizzly country. At least not alone. I don't think I'll be able to do it alone. But that really did make me laugh. And so, and then another person told me, you know, bells aren't really all that effective, but you should, like, every 30 seconds or so make some kind of noise, like say something like, hey, hey, bear, bear, whatever, just so they kind of know you're coming. So I've been doing that. And it feels extra silly because you're just walking along all by yourself, and all of a sudden, and of course I have to put it to a song, so I'm like, hey, hey, bear, bear, I'm out here. Just something to kind of let the bears know you're out here. It feels silly, but if it keeps me safe, I will do it. Okay, as much as I want to keep going, I am sufficiently afraid of doing permanent damage. So we're going to turn around, we're going to be smart, we're going to go wait a couple of days to get our hiking poles, because I will be walking around Crater Lake. Let's get that straight. Hey, I just rhymed because I'm a poet and I didn't know it. These plants with these dainty little bright, bright leaves are just stunning. Hey, hey, bear, bear. Okay, we made it back. Y'all, I have developed a new phobia. I am convinced there's a monster living inside of pit toilets. You know how when you're a kid and you are convinced that there is a monster living under your bed, and if you like let your feet hang over, they're gonna grab your feet, and you'll like jump from the bed way over onto the floor to avoid getting grabbed by that monster. I think the monster has moved from under the bed to pit toilets. It is just not a pleasant feeling when you're on the pit toilet and you can feel like the air blowing around and you just know that there's this big empty space in there that anything could be hiding, including like the clown from It or whatever. It is more convenient than using the bucket in the van, but not for my heart, not for my psyche, y'all. It's not more convenient for that. So I think I'm done with pit toilets. Every time I use one, I get just a little bit more afraid and a little bit more certain that there's just something lurking under there, waiting for me. Trillium Lake, you guys. This is about, I don't know, 9 miles outside of Government Camp, Oregon. And I figured we would just spend the day here, chilling, relaxing, enjoying the lake, getting to know Mr. Hood. Isn't it kind of funny, or maybe I'm the only one, but I feel like different things have different like feels about them, you know? And like Madame Rainier was most definitely a queen. There's zero doubt about that. And she was very cloaking of herself. It was really cute. Because like even on a clear day, lots of times you can't see like Rainier herself because she's surrounded by so many high green peaks that a lot of times those high green peaks, you know, keep her cloaked. Then you have Mr. Hood, who is quite often just very proud and, sorry, but erect. Like, I can't think of another word for it. He does not often cloak himself. You can see him from so many different places, which is really very cool and just an incredibly different feel, you know? Nothing coy about this boy. I found myself a nice level little path to walk along by the lake. I spent some time doing some Amazon shopping during lunch, and it turns out I cannot get bear spray delivered to me anywhere. I can't figure out anywhere. Not back in Sacramento, not anywhere here in Oregon. Some kind of regulatory thing. So that I'm going to have to like walk into a store and buy. And I can't afford that right this minute. And it's okay because I can get the hiking poles, and I think that's more important. It's, you know, bear country. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not as worried about it in black bear country, than I am in grizzly bear country. If I'm ever lucky enough to make it to Alaska or some other grizzly-ish place, I will definitely not hike without bear spray. But I think it'll be okay to do a couple more black bear country hikes without the spray, as long as I've got the horn. I think it'll be okay, and then I can use my Amazon cards for the hiking poles, which I will pick up in Redmond on my way down. So I am trying to be safe, guys, I really am, but I also don't want to miss out on too much, you know, because of fear. So striking a balance, as always, or at least trying. That balance thing, it's tricky, right? Is there anything more beautiful than the sun shining through leaves? I know there are things that can match its beauty, but I don't know that there's anything that's actually more beautiful than just the simplicity of sunlight through the leaves. And speaking of pretty dang cool, I finally found like an actual easy trail. I don't know if this really has a name, this trail. It just goes, you know, by Trillium Lake. But I was able to go a pretty far way, and it's like almost flat, like perfectly flat the entire way. So if you're looking for super easy hike in, where are we? Near Mount Hood, I suggest Trillium Lake. Just walk around the lake. It's fantastic.
We just had one here.
Looky here at this beautiful spot I found to park for the night. It's really close to Trillium Lake, where I just was. It's on iOverlander, so I will post those coordinates. I finally pulled the trigger on buying the hiking poles. It takes me forever. I tend to really hate shopping because it takes me a million years to decide. But I finally did it, and they're coming to Bend, Oregon, but they're not going to be there for like 5 days, yeah. So I may just stay in this area. Wow, so pretty. I may just stay in this area. I wasn't just saying that about myself, by the way. I know the camera was pointed at me, but that's not what I meant. Anyway, I'm gonna probably just stay in this area, yeah, for a couple of days. It's a little bit warm down in Bend right now, so I definitely don't want to like get there before I have to. So I think I'm just gonna stay here for maybe a couple of days. I don't know. Like, it's just pretty, you know, all around. My goodness. So we'll see how I feel about that tomorrow, but yeah, it's gonna be great for tonight. It's kind of hard to read this sign, but it says the Forest Service is considering closing this area to all camping. And I can't hardly read the next paragraph very much, but it does say human waste. You guys, what the hell is wrong with people? I can't believe we're really gonna lose places like this because people can't just carry their own poop. Like, I understand. It is no fun carrying your poop. It is the least favorite thing, pretty much, I think, for most of us with the whole camping situation. But get it together. Get your poop together, guys. I know I don't have to say this to any of y'all. I fully understand that if you're watching this kind of channel, you're probably not the person leaving the poop behind. But let's commiserate together, because that shit is, well, gross, but also just rude. Stop it! Damn it! By the way, I have invested in a winter jacket. And that is a big deal because last year I couldn't afford one. And so I did my first Vanlife winter. I did my first You know what I mean? My first winter in the van, I had no coat. And that was rough, y'all. I couldn't afford it. I just didn't have the money to get one. So, but this year is different. And I have been sort of searching the Goodwills and thrift stores and stuff for one, but I hadn't found one. So I just went ahead and went to Walmart. And pro tip, dude jackets are cheaper than chick jackets. I got this one for $27. The cheapest chick jacket I could find was $40. So if you're hurting for money and you need a jacket and you're going to go to Walmart for it, check out the dude section because you may well find something that will work for almost half the price of what the girl jackets are. Anyway, exciting news. I've got my jacket. I think between this and my hoodie and like long sleeve t-shirts, I should be fine because I don't intend to spend a lot of time in super cold areas. You know, we're going to be playing in the desert in the winter, so it'll be good. I think it took less than 5 minutes to go, like the terrain changed so fast. So the last 3 clips that I showed, you know, one where we're in the pines and then like a mixture of scrub and pines, and now this, it's so weird how it changes so fast. One of the cool things about Mother Nature. I have no real idea exactly where we're going, but we're gonna see what this big old cliff looks like, I guess. There's bungee jumping over there. I have gone parachuting one time, but I don't know if I'd have the balls to do the bungee thing because the snapback is scary, right? But I don't know, let's see. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll be able to watch one of somebody. Holy mogoly, look at this. Woo! Okay, so that's why they have all them warning signs everywhere, y'all. For my bridge and or train fan friends out there. By the way, you never have to worry that I am going to get too close to the edge because I have a pretty big fear of heights, and also I get like dizzy when I get close to the edge because I'm like afraid I'm gonna fall, and then if wind blows, that's it. I'm not getting anywhere close to the edge, so don't worry. If the camera angle made it look like I was close to the edge, I was not. I'm way too scared for all that. I missed the trap. I needed to sit my butt in the sun today, and so I decided to sit my butt on Pilot Butte. Alright, fine. I guess I'll say it the boring way. Pilot Butte. It's a huge ass hill in the middle of Bend where you can see for miles and miles and all kinds of peaks and the whole city and everything. I was very glad that I got there early enough because it was still super clear when I got there. It was also cool to see that it looks like it is totally accessible. As the day went on, it did get hazier, but it was still a nice little day spent at the top of the hill, soaking up some sun, topped with the cherry of a sunset.
All right, well, I love you. Have fun. Have a good dinner.
Sweet dreams. Okay, after a couple of days waiting, I have picked up my hiking poles. They are the Trail Buddy ones off Amazon. They had great reviews. They cost about $40, and I'll definitely let you know how I like them after my first hike, which will be in Crater Lake, and we're on our way there right now because we can leave Bend because we got our hiking poles. So we're on our way. Okay, friends, we're about ready to go to Crater Park. So I think that it's probably good if I go ahead and shut this video down now so that I can have Crater Lake just be its own video. Last night I stayed at this rest stop, which is about, I don't know, 6 minutes north of Beaver Marsh. And pro tip, now that I'm becoming a pro at this, you know, no, sorry. Tip anyway, when you're going to these national parks, check the gas stations around them, because I just really believed that there'd be one in Beaver Marsh. And by the way, I was really liking the name Beaver Marsh. I was like, that's a very cool name for a town. I'll stop and get gas in Beaver Marsh before I go to the Crater Park. And then I drove to Beaver Marsh this morning, and there is no gas stations there, so I had to backtrack 6 miles. Anyway, my point is check the gas stations, because they're not as close to the parks as you think they are, and you may run into trouble if you're one of these people that has like gas guzzling vehicles. So now I am heading toward Crater Lake. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for coming to Bend and Mount Hood with me. I appreciate you so much, and I can't wait to see you again next time, and I hope you're having a good day, and I love you. Bye.